Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be doing kind of a re-evaluation video of these Physicians Formula concealer duos. They're the Perfecting Concealer Duos, and this one is in yellow. Oh, let me open them. This one is in yellow and light, and this one is in green and light. And I'm actually not sure if they come in any color besides like light, I'm not sure if there's like a yellow and dark or yellow and medium or anything like that. So if these don't come, like if this isn't your skin tone, then I'm not sure if there is an option for that. But I'm not really talking about this one right now, and I guess I'll just start with that one and just really quickly say, while the other ones kind of work for what they're used for, I think that this one is just a bit too thick and cakey, and it doesn't really blend smoothly for that. But the other two, the green and the yellow, first of all, if you don't know what green and yellow concealers are used for, it's kind of this, I believe it's called color theory, where colors which are opposite each other on a color wheel cancel each other out. So green would cancel out red, and yellow would cancel out purple. And you might be thinking, where would I have purple on my face? Well, it's your under eye circles. So for a while I had been trying to just use like a regular concealer on my under eye circles, and it just wasn't really helping. And I did have these, and I had kind of made up my mind that I didn't like them and that they were just going to sit in my drawer and rot because I hated them so much and they were totally useless. But then I decided to kind of pull it out again and try it a few weeks ago. And I didn't have a brush, and last time I had used it, I had been using it with a little, this isn't the exact brush that I was using, but something like this, where it was just a little tiny brush that I was trying to use to like dot the concealer on. Well, I didn't have that brush, so I just did it with my finger, and it worked a lot better. So I think kind of, it's still, in my opinion, not a completely great product, but if you're going to use this, I would suggest definitely using your finger, because I think with like a lot of products, if you use your finger or use part of you, the heat from your body kind of melts it and makes it a little bit easier to work with. So where it would be very, very hard to just dab it on with a brush, because it has this kind of consistency where it's like, it's definitely a creamy type of thing, so you can't just kind of brush it on like a powder, but it's also sort of flaky and crumbly, and it's not exactly a cream either. So you can see if I kind of like rub it, I mean obviously you can't feel it, but at first, the first few times you put your finger over it, it's very dry. It feels like if you've ever made that science project where you mix like cornstarch and water, and then you make that fluid that, like, if you try to grab it, it's solid, but if you're just playing with it, it's liquid. Yeah, it feels like that, where it's kind of like starchy. Your finger just doesn't exactly glide over it, but then eventually it does get the product on it, and I will show you with the green one since that one's probably easier to see. But yeah, I mean, once I've gone over it a few times with my finger, it's perfectly easy, especially the green one, to kind of move it around. You can see that there. The one thing that I still don't like so much about it, though, is that, I don't know if you can see, but I put some of the green one on a pimple on my cheek. It's kind of hard to hide even under concealer. Like, I'll show you if I kind of dot some of this on my hand. So you can see there's like a green dot there. Actually, I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's a green dot there. And then if I take the tan colored one and put that over it, it just doesn't really, which is why I said I think that using the green and the yellow are, if you're going to use those, that's perfectly fine, but I don't think that the tan colored concealer is a good product to kind of blend over top of that, because when I put on a green or a yellow, I like to, before I put on my powder, because I don't wear a liquid foundation, I like to also put just a tan colored or skin toned concealer on top of it, and this just, it doesn't blend into my skin well enough to be hidden under like a thin dusting of a mineral powder foundation. So another thing that I would say when you're, if you're putting this on, definitely make sure to, make sure that there's no other makeup on your hands. I know sometimes, especially when I'm doing, well, I guess anywhere besides your eyes, but like when I'm doing my under eye circles, if I have like some other makeup on there, especially a lot of eyeshadows that are sparkly or like a blush or just anything with some sort of shimmer on it, if you've been handling other makeup, you know, wash that off, because you don't want those shimmers in there. You want the makeup on, you know, your face except for your eye area and I guess your lips to be not necessarily matte, but basically you don't want eyeshadow shimmers all over your face because you mixed it in with your concealers. And speaking of washing your hands, just wash your hands to begin with, because if you're using your fingers, obviously you don't want to be mixing in all the dirt and germs and oils from your hands onto your face. So I believe that that is it. Once again, these are the Physicians Formula Concealer 101 Perfecting Concealer Duos in Yellow Light and Green Light. And I would definitely not recommend this product. Like if you don't already own it, I would definitely not recommend going out and buying it. But, I mean, I just think that there are probably better ways to spend your money. Like, I think that the Coastal Scents Camo Quads are about the same price, and I think probably around the same amount of product. And I've heard nothing but good reviews for those, so, you know, I haven't personally tried them. But I would try those out before I would try these. But just if you happen to have these, like for a while they were on like super clearance. So if you have these lying around, you know, you can give it another try and just see if you can make them work for you. And obviously this won't work for everybody, but that was just kind of, you know, something that I wanted to share with you guys. And maybe not necessarily just this concealer. Maybe if you had that problem with any other type of concealer, maybe it'll work better if you kind of use it with your fingers, or, you know, if you try blending a different product over top of it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Bye.